All right, welcome to another episode of Marketing Monday. That's right, where each week we talk about marketing content, techniques, strategies, tips, and tricks for you to be able to turn your passion into profit. This week we'll be talking about the ancient art of upselling. That's right, we're going to be talking about ways for you to be able to encourage your clients to spend more on your photography than they initially intended. Let's get to it.
Hi, Robert Silver here, and I have a question. Have you been struggling with attracting clients? What about ways to scale and grow your business? Or have you been conflicted with how to use the latest social media apps and trends to grow your audience and influence? Marketing Monday is about helping photographers and any other business really to increase their digital presence with little to no cost by leveraging social media and other creative tools available on the market, as well as keeping you updated on all the latest digital marketing trends happening today. Tune in with me every Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on my YouTube channel for strategies, techniques, tips, and advice on how to help build your brand online.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in already. Thank you very much. I'm going to have to give you guys, I have to start this off right. Okay. Thank you, everyone. As I said earlier, this week for Marketing Monday, as you know, every Monday I talk about marketing strategies for you to be able to turn your turn your passion into profits. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. So, this week we're going to be talking about the ancient martial art technique of upselling. That's right. We're going to be talking about a few techniques for you to be able to encourage your clients to spend more than they initially intended. That's right. That is the ultimate goal. That is the ultimate win. Oh yeah. So, with that said, we got a lot to go over. So, at the end, there will be a Q&A, so don't worry. I'm going to answer all of your questions. Absolutely, no problem. So get them ready. All right. Um, so let's get the normal stuff out the way, shall we? If you haven't already, shame on you. Shame on you. Follow me on Facebook at Robert Silver Photography. I am on Instagram at Robert Silver Photography. I'm on TikTok. That's right, tickety TikTok talk before they ban it in America. But I'm on TikTok, Robert Silver Photography. I am on Twitter, and I'm pretty active on there actually. Rob Silver Photog. And yes, I'm on Snapchat, but I barely use it. But I'm on there too, Rob Silver Photog. All right. Now, if you're looking for daily updates about the industry, tips, tricks, etc., or just want to ask me questions, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to my Patreon. It only starts at $5, but guess what? It gives you access to me. If you have any questions, just want any quick critiques, etc. I have numerous memberships, but mine only start at $5. That's right, at patreon.com at Robert Silver Photography. That's right. Okay. Now, I do have upcoming in-person group workshops, and you can check that out at robertsilverphotography.com. And the link's down below. And I have, what do I have? I have an exploring beauty photography workshop coming up. So you definitely don't want to miss that. I only have 4 slots left. It will be at my studio in Berkeley, California. And we're going to be discussing what the difference between commercial beauty work and editorial beauty photography work, ways for you to be able to submit to magazines, proper framing, and of course, lens choices that I would use personally. And then, of course, some creative lighting techniques, and you're going to get plenty of shooting time during that workshop. Okay. So, again, if you have any questions about it, all you got to do is head to robertsilverphotography.com for some more. All right. Now, I have been getting more and more um like quick questions and stuff like that. The best place, honestly, I said it earlier, is to join that Patreon. Okay. Even though I post things daily, that is the best place to ask quick questions, quick critiques, etc. is on my Patreon, folks. Okay. And that helps me to be able to dedicate more time to deliver more quality content for all of you. So if you help me, I help you. I help you. You help me. You see how that goes? It's a win-win-win. All right. Um, what else is there? Oh, of course. Come on now. Please smash that like, the share, and subscribe to my channel. Believe it or not, I do research. I put together these shows. I really want. I think about the new photographer, experienced photographer, photographers that are kind of in the middle with their experience and trying to get to that next level. I really try to think of topics that will benefit all of us. All right, not just one particular experienced photographer. All right, and this is for everybody. Honestly, a lot of my tips that I share on Marketing Monday can help honestly anybody because these are all just marketing strategies, techniques, advice. They're universal. Our product and service happens to be photography, but you can apply the same techniques. I mean, I have a degree in entertainment and music business, and honestly all everything I learned at Full Sail University is what I use to market and brand myself. So I'm not selling records, I'm selling my service, right? My photo shoots, my studio when I rent out my studio, um, and also my video production work. So it's all the same. It really is all the same. All right. It looks like we have a quick comment. Let me get to that. Oh, Cooley's in the house. That's right. Perfect time and made it. Yes, thank you. Appreciate it. Always love seeing you super loyal. I really appreciate your support, man. I really, really do. This past Sunday, um let me see if I can pull up a photo of it. That'd be really cool. Huh. Let me see how I could pull that up. My computer. Let's just see if it lets me pull up a photo. I want to show you guys a quick behind the scenes of what happened this Sunday. We had our first live photo shoot exclusively for Patreon members. Okay. And I see Pi just chimed in and he was there. So I appreciate that. Let's go ahead. Where did it go? YouTube. I'm trying to show you guys, and should have had this ready. That's my bad. Wah, wah. Okay, won't let me show. I have to pull it up through a slide. Anyway, I was hoping I could pull up a photo, but StreamYard won't let me pull up JPEGs. So that is just the way it goes. Okay. Pi comes in, made it also. Ayo. So there you go, Pi. That's for you, brother. So thank you both very much for your continued support. Now let's get into it. All right. Buckle up. It's going to be a marketing ride. And again, for this week's episode of Marketing Monday, we're going to be talking about the how for you to be how you can upsell your photography. All right? So first things first. Okay? First things first. What is upselling and why should you care? I know we've probably all heard this term before. I have for sure. I worked 5 years at Men's Warehouse, and honestly, it was the best sales education I've ever gotten without having to pay for it. Actually, I was being paid to learn it, and they were masters. I'm not sure where they are now, but I'm quite sure it's still the same. But at the time, absolute masters at the art of upselling. Like if you ever go to Men's Warehouse, you cannot walk out with just like one sock. Okay. You'd have to really try. You go there for one suit, they're gonna sell you two suits and maybe a sport coat, and then you're gonna need some slacks with that sport coat, but you got a light pair and a dark pair, and then it's some belts, and then now you need a few pair of socks, and now you can't just wear one shoe. I mean, we're gonna do wear it out. Now you need two pair of shoes, and like you walk out and you just came in there for one suit for an interview and you live on a beach, you're leaving with a whole wardrobe worth of suits and stuff. So they were great at it, and a lot of times no one ever sees they don't see it coming. So I think that particular sales strategy and to implement such a sales strategy is genius, right? Especially as photographers, because our next client is not around the corner every time unless you just have it like that. Some weeks I have Like this week, I have a few clients, but there are definitely, like last week, I had no clients. So, you just roll with the punches. Me, I look at the end of the month personally. I don't care week by week. I want to know at the end of the month, how much did I make? But when a client does come, upselling is the way that you're going to be able to maximize that opportunity. Now, what is upselling? Upselling is a sales strategy where in which you encourage your clients, your photography clients, to spend more than they initially intended. Okay, everybody does it. All right. You go to Bed Bath and Beyond, they're trying to sell you a little dinky little thing of lotion while you're sitting at the line. Okay? That's technically they're trying to upsell you there. And sometimes even when you get up to the last when you get up to the register, they're like, well, if you get one more thing, the other one's free. And the upselling is always happening, whether you as what is it, whether you acknowledge it or not. It could be implied or explicit. So, and now why should you care? Because it's going to add more money in your pocket. It seriously, seriously will. Okay. I'm talking about serious coinage. And for me, I would for sure I would say comfortably 30% easy to your bottom line by just thinking about upselling. Like, am I first of all, ask a question, are you upselling? Okay. Then what ways can I do that? Well, okay. So first things first. Okay. Your sales process should be starting before you ever meet them, before you talk to them, see them, whatever, before you exchange emails. That's when the sales process starts. Now, that's why I talked about 2 weeks ago. I believe it was 2 weeks ago, or maybe last week. Branding. No, that was 2 weeks ago. Branding. Okay. Your branding is is the first line of communication to your potential customer. That's why your website has to look a particular way. That's why your message has to be in line across your platforms, whether it be your website, social media, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. Okay. There has to be a very consistent messaging. Like that's all branding, font choice, colors, um, when you're doing a certain promo, make sure that they're all right and they all are the same, obviously. But either way, your voice of your brand needs to be communicated way before you physically or any of your employees, but as a photographer, it's mostly just us, before you ever get in contact with that customer physically. So, um, so therefore, you must have your upsell strategy ready to go soon as you're able to get in contact with that customer. Because as I was talking to one of my photography buddies earlier today, um, that by the time the customer gets to you, really the two questions you want them to be able to ask and whittle down is, how much are you, and are you available? Okay, those are the two only questions that I care about. By the time they email me, or um or I actually talk to them, and generally that's the way it is. A couple of days ago, someone reached out to me, wanted a consultation for their photography business, and he loved my work, loves what I'm doing, yada yada yada. He literally asked, "I would love a consultation. How much are you available?" Now, I gave the price. It was a little bit steep for that particular person. No problem. I have no problem with that. He said, "But thank you very much." Yada yada. I may just join your Patreon, and I was like, "Okay, cool." But the point was, it came down to two questions, and now I was able to narrow it down by the time he got to me, because my branding and my communication started before I ever got in contact with that person, which is how much, when are you available? Okay. Now, when I'm at that point, I'm already planting seeds. I've already been planting seeds so that they know, even though you're calling me for A, I offer B, C, D, and E. Okay. McDonald's does it. Um, every major brand does upselling. That's guaranteed. There's no way that, oh, you just need A? Sure, I'll just give you A. No. Okay. Never assume, especially in photography or any creative service, that the next customer is right around the corner. So let's get to the first. Oh, wait, before we get to the first technique, let's dup-a-dee-bup, answer see these comments right here. Pie comes in. Men's Warehouse. You're gonna like the way you look, I guarantee it. You're absolutely right. But they fired George Zimmerman. So when I was there, they actually X'd him out of the company. Yikes. And when it after it went public, they wanted a younger blood. But it was actually a really fun company when he worked when he was a boss there and CEO at least. But nonetheless, yes, sales wise, it was a great education. They had a great training program, and I'm telling you, it was better than going to college. Like you could sell some stuff coming from Men's Warehouse. It literally, they used to have a thing called Suits University, and they would put you a 1 week training sales training course that I'm telling you, it would be better than a 4 year college degree in terms of sales. It was phenomenal. So kudos to Men's Warehouse for that. I don't know if they still do that, but I learned a lot from there. Um, Cooley says, best sale training was Best Buy. Okay, I'll give you that. I haven't had it, but I'll tell you one thing. Here's my thing. It might have been great on the back end, but whenever I go in there, because I go there, right? I go to Best Buy sometimes to check up on Panasonic Lumix and stuff like that. The young people that get there now are like straight out of in college or just out of college. You're like they don't really sell. I'm not gonna lie, they really don't sell. Once in a while, I'll get a young kid that's like fired up and he'll talk to me about all the circuitry of a MacBook versus a window, a IBM or whatever the heck, and a Lenovo, and he's really a wizard. And I'm like, all right, kid, you're a little too smart to be here. But no, I Men's Warehouse, you can't walk out with just a belt. Like those fools will sell you your own car back to you. Like it's dangerous. Go buy a suit and tell me how it goes. Okay. So, but that's just my experience. I haven't, but no Best Buy person ever sold me like something I didn't want. You know what I mean? But Men's Warehouse, they'll get you out. They'll shake every nickel and dime out of your pocket and make you smile on the way out. All right, let's get to okay. First technique. Okay. You know what? Let me before I get into it, because I'm about to rant here. Drink some water. Okay, before we get into the first technique. First technique is right here. Boom. Upselling your photography packages. This may seem pretty obvious. Well, because it is. You should already have packages, right? But here's the thing. I've seen people with like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 packages. Like, what are you doing? I don't have anything more than 3. That's why there's the rule of threes. That's an ancient marketing technique, an ancient marshaling technique, marketing marshal technique. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Rule of threes: small, medium, large. That's it. Which one do you want? Make it simple. Remember what I said in branding: KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Okay. 3. Excuse me, 3. I don't know how to count. 3. So, that goes for your wedding, okay? That goes for your portrait packages. That goes for your event photography, etcetera, etcetera, etcetera. Now, there are some, times where it's gonna get a little different. Obviously, if you're doing commercial work, this does not apply, because commercial work, I would do a sitting fee, like, okay, I need this to shoot it, and then you're not sure how many photos you want at the end, and then there might be a usage licensing fee and all this other stuff. The commercial stuff does not apply to this. Okay. But in general, this strategy does apply. Um, Now my packages, I send it through a PDF. Like I have a PDF and then I send it to the potential client and then they could choose from there. I don't put my packages on my website. First, if I want to increase my rate or change it, it's just acknowledged in the next PDF I send to the next client. When I was younger, I might have changed it, but then I forgot to change it on my website, and then whoop, now I'm caught up, and now I have to give a $50-$100 discount because it's lower price on my website. Like, no, it's more static. It's not as fluid as my PDF would be. And then also I want to get in contact with them. If you put all your rates out there, that's just me. If you put out all your rates out there, all three of them, then all of a sudden, they how can I say? Um, they'll count you out just based off the rates. But half the time, what I like to do is half the time they get sold on your personality, how you engage with them, how they feel with you, your energy, your vibe, your whatever they want to call it, whatever crystals you freaking want to rub together. But either way, people do business with people they like. Now, how are they going to like you through a text and an email? Not very much. But that's why I encourage a free 30-minute consultation and get them on the phone or through Zoom, and then boom, bada bang. And then, yes, during that process, I'm explaining my three packages. That's it. But I'm also going to explain and let them know, hey, by the way, I offer X, Y, and Z as well. And we're going to be talking about that later on as well. Okay. So I recommend do not do more than three packages. Just try it out. Try it out for a month and see where it goes. And because the big boys are doing it. All right. The big boys are doing it. Um, Look at how cars are being sold and who they're marketed to. They have their Corolla, they have their Camrys. And then if you really got the money, they're gonna push you to Lexus. Boom, Toyota. Right? So it's like if bigger brands are doing it and it seems to be a very good model, then because what that's also gonna do is was about to say, it's gonna keep them focused on picking one of the ones that you much rather have, first of all. Don't give them too many choices, then they're gonna be hemming and humming and talking to their partner about the wedding photography packages. "I'm not sure, let's go compare with these people." Don't give them too many options, do not. Give them 3, and that's it. Also, it sends a message that you know exactly what best services are including these options that would best, fulfill their needs. You're not too all over the place. You sound kind of scattered when you have like 5, 6 packages going on. No. Heck, I have an hourly portrait package. I used to do a half hour. I cut that out like 6 months ago. I have a 1 hour because what I did it. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I used to do, guys. Okay, let's go down little memory lane here. Okay, this is what we're going to do. I used to have a 30-minute package, a 1 hour package, 2 hour package, 4 hour package, 8 hour package. So the 4 was my half day rate, 8 was my half day, my full day rate, and then I had a 1 hour in the half hour. Now, ideally, I would at least want them to take the 1 hour, right? But what happened was the 30-hour package was cannibalizing. That's right. That's an actual marketing term. Unfortunately, you don't want it to happen. It, it was cannibalizing. It was eating at my potential at my $400 package. So they were getting my 1 hour 400, and it was like anyway. They were getting the 30-minute package because it was a little bit cheaper. Um, and they were like, "Screw it, I'll just do the 30-minute to save the money." And then I was like, "Damn, no one's taking the 1 hour. What the heck is going on around here?" And I would tell them, I said, "Look, I was trying to upsell that I was really trying to upsell. I was like, look, just a little bit more, and you get a full hour. You get twice as many photos. You get 2 outfit changes instead of one, right?" And like, I was really trying to upsell, but because of the price, they were just so hung up on the price. Why did that happen? Why did that happen? I gave them too many options. Okay. Instead of a 30 and a 1 hour, I said, okay, fine. I cut out the 30-minute. And guess what? All of the same kind of people or clients bought of the 1 hour package. Come on now. That's what I'm talking about. And they didn't balk at the 1 hour package as long as I did not have available the 30-minute package. In my mind, I was like, oh, I'll do a 30-minute. People who just want a quick headshot, let's say real estate, some professional wants to update their LinkedIn, etc. I was like, let me just make it a nice little cool 30-minute package. But the same person would have bought the 400 if I never offered the 30-minute. Hello. and thus I increased that just by doing that, increased my profit by 33%. Holy crap.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, the price difference, 33% increase. Crazy. Just by Xing out that service, now I only have an hourly. I have I have a excuse me. I have one hourly and three portrait portfolio um shoot packages, excuse me. Okay. And now I'm winning. So now my 1 hour is the lowest package that I have. When I deal with um weddings, I think I explained this earlier. I only have 3. I have a small, medium, large. And then if I really have to, because I don't, if I really, I got something on the under, a real an economic package, okay, which is, you know, a few hours or something like that. Because sometimes folks just want a few hours. So I do have that, but it's 3 main packages: A, B, and C, and then an economic package. Okay, but the point is I keep it nice and tight. And I keep the price of that economic package close enough to where it's like, look, for a little bit more, you get a whole lot more by just sliding into the regular packages. All right. Thus upselling. That's how I'm upselling. I'm making sure that the cheapest wedding package, if they're trying to go economy, they're gonna pay for it. Where in which they're like, hey, I'm really not getting a whole lot for what I'm paying for. But if I just go a little bit more, I'm gonna get in return a whole lot more. And that pushes them right up because once they see the difference, and of course, by then, if you're talking to them, which I always recommend, Zoom or talk, then you could easily explain the benefits and thus upsell to the bigger package. Okay. And that means a serious a win. All right. So, rule of threes. Okay. Please minimize the amount of packages you have. All right. Let's get to some comments we got right now. Cooley says, there's no sales fire. Yeah, you're probably right about that. Um, if you mean in Best Buy, yeah, well, Best Buy is like, actually I buy a lot in Best Buy, but I'll research the heck out of it everywhere. And then Best Buy, what I like about it is I could go pick it up right now. Otherwise, unfortunately, it's going to Amazon. Okay. Amazon's pretty convenient. Coolly a la carte. Oh yeah. Do it all with a la carte. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. And there's no sales fire. Oh, okay. Maybe you're talking about the sales strategy. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I do have some a la carte stuff. But as I said, um, with okay, you could do yeah, when it comes to commercial work, I do it a la carte because sometimes, like what I recently had a commercial shoot for a hair salon, and they wanted pretty much like 80% of the stuff, and I said, look, because the extra 20%, I said, look, I don't want to kill you with your budget. They gave me a particular budget. We got to a certain point, and I said, look, it's a la carte. Let's start with this, and then you take a look at the finished product of what we have so far, and then you let me know what you would like to do later on. Okay, so I'm leaving the window open. So absolutely, a la carte can be great. Packages are nice and simple for people to digest. It's really what's up to you in your market area, in your market, how what works for you. Try it out. Remain fluid and flexible. Right. This is most of the time a one person show in terms of your photography business. So if you want to make a decision, increase the price, which means gives yourself a sale. I mean, a raise. Then go ahead and do so. Do for you. Okay. Mazel tov. I'm all for it. All right. Um, hey, D Rock's in the house. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, family. I hope all is well. Yes, sir, brother. I'm gonna be sharing some stuff that I think I shared a little bit of what we talked about earlier today. But yes, D Rock's in the house. Appreciate your support. And we have Cooley come back with the 1 hour are displaying image to sell. With the 1 hour, let me see. Yes, you can. This 1 hour are displaying image to sell. Now, are you saying like you would use an image to sell the package? Is that what you're saying? I mean, I don't use any images. I use my portfolio to sell my work, and then my PDF ultimately is just the pricing. Because again, think about what was it? It was actual. Oh, I'm thinking about my marketing classes. Customer behavior. You have to see how they consume and purchase their purchasing buying decision making process. Okay, boy, that's a lot to chew. You have to understand how they buy. They have to be sold way before you ever see them or even acknowledge them existing. That means social media most of the time, right? They have to be sold then. And so sold that they click the link in your bio and then look through your website, enjoy what they see, and then find your email and email you or call you or send you a DM. Like that takes a lot of work. I don't think that's why it's like if you could convert social media audience into customers, you're like a god. You're amazing. You're doing great. That's the ultimate win because it takes a lot of energy and wantingness from your client to actually get to that stage. That's why I said by the time they reach me, my work or your work should already have sold you. You should the selling process should be again, what did I say? How much do you cost? Are you available? If your work doesn't say that by the time they reach you, you have not done a good job at branding and selling yourself before you met them. Okay? Now, let's get back into it. We have one more. Have a sale area where you show the work and upsell. Oh, yeah, absolutely. That'd be great. Absolutely. If you have that, if you're doing big clients, hell, rent out a pure space, meet them there, or have a little WeWork or a little office or something, that could definitely help. I know that when I first started renting out a studio space and being able to meet clients there, your perceived value just goes through the roof. I think I shared this before. I raised my rates 30% by just having a studio. I didn't get better. I didn't like all of a sudden reinvent the wheel and my camera just grew its own legs and arms. I just had a space and the space looked great and the space looked professional, that thus made me look professional, and they just never knew none the wiser. And it worked. I couldn't believe it. So yes, having a sale area where you can showcase your work would be fantastic. That's why I said, Cooley, if you're gonna, I think you talked about the your studio garage. That's why I said have 16 by 24, something nice and big. Have a few prints up of your work as they enter your space. Okay. You might be able to upsell another hour of photography or whatever. All right. Anyway, if you need more, Cooley, feel free to become a Patreon member. You know what to do, buddy. Um, let's get back into it. Another technique, offer add-ons. Make sure that they are relevant to your client's needs, all right? But add-ons are a fantastic way, okay? Fantastic way. That's kind of like what I said earlier when you go to Bed Bath and Beyond, or let's see, H&M, or I'm trying to think of other retailers, Gap. They always have like these little first of all, let's say you buy pants, all of a sudden they have a belt rack right next to it. Okay. Hello. Uh, you're like, I didn't know, but wow, not only do they have a belt, they have a belt that kind of matches the pants and go good with the pants. You're like, I didn't know if I needed a belt, but it does look kind of nice with it. So, screw it. And that's a win for Old Navy. So, why not implement that same kind of strategy? Now, how do you do that? You say, okay, I do well, I'll just talk about what I do. I do portraits. So, okay, I do portraits. Great. What do people more than likely need portraits? What are they going to do with it? Well, some may print. Okay, maybe I'll get out some print package, right? Like say, okay, I do have these. If you buy these with my photography package, this is how much the price is. Boom. You see how I said with. And if you buy it later, it's this much more. Let's say 5% more, right? So now you're giving them incentive. We're going to be talking about that strategy later too. It's called FOMO, fear of missing out. Um, but that's what I would do. I'd say, okay, here's the prints. If you buy any extras with this, let's say if you do comp cards for models. Hey, if you do this portfolio package and you buy it with this, then this is how much it would be. And if you buy them later on, which you can, no problem. No, I'm not offended. Then it would be this price, right? And it gets them the incentive to buy that extra amount of service. One way you could, another add-on could be, let's just say, just adding on more hours. One thing that I like doing is not only adding hours, but saying like, look, you have you're getting I hear what you need to use these photos for, but since you're already here with me, how about look what you get with this other package, the next package. You get this, you get that, you get more of this, more outfit changes, more of this, and that could really benefit you when you want to submit your work to multiple agencies. And then you have more looks and show them more of your talent. And that can help you to upsell. That could be your next package could be your add-on. But really, let's talk about little add-ons. Um, Another add-on could be, what the heck do I do for an add-on? Oh, you know what? Let's pull up mine. Sitting there trying to memorize everything. Oh, a hairstylist. Boom. That could be a great add-on because what I do is if someone needs a hairstylist, I'd mark it up. So put a little something for me on the backside so I can pay my hairstylist, okay? Because it never hurts to share the love. But then also, I get a little something on the back end. Maybe add a little 30% on top of that for a referral fee. Hello. So that could be a little something for myself. Another one could be a makeup artist. That would be a phenomenal one. Now you could either do two things: do it as an add-on, these creative services, or you could hide it in the package, right? Just include it in the overall package. But if you get a couple of clients that are like, "Well, I don't need a makeup artist. Can you make it cheaper?" I get that too once in a while, and I'm like, "What?" And I tried doing that a few times, and I kept getting that kind of kickback pushback. So I took it out and put it as an add-on. But then I was able to like, yeah. So if they book that particular package, I don't lose anything because it's all me. And if they're like, oh, I don't need a makeup artist, then I just don't hire one. Thus, they don't pay for one, right? Um, Let me pull up this other one. So I said hairstylist, makeup artist, prints, of course, and boopity boopity boop. Where is my other? I have a few of them. I apologize. Oh, okay. So for like weddings, your engagement portrait photography can be an add-on, 100%. Additional hour of photography, I've always been able to add those onto weddings because sometimes they'll choose a package that's, let's say the entry, the A, not B or C, but A, right? I'm like, okay, good. But sometimes they'll actually want like they'll talk themselves into it half the time. They're like, look, I know it only comes with like, let's say, for example, 6 hours, but we may need another hour. You know what? Let's just add an extra hour just in case so that you don't have to worry on your big day, etc. And then I have an hourly rate that I charge additional, only if it's additional to the wedding photography package. And then boom, that's one way to upsell, add another hour. And what's another hour if you're already there? And then they get a certain set of extra additional edited images with that additional hour. And a lot of times they're just grateful that you're willing to stay that extra hour. So it's a serious win-win for the both of you. All right. And then oh, here's another one. I upsell. Here's a great one for wedding photographers and also for large commercial shoots, a second photographer. Okay. Now sometimes I'll hide the cost of them inside the package, but been plenty of times where they are an additional price. Okay. Now I do that for commercial shoots for sure. Reason is sometimes we don't know how long that shoot may actually go for, and then secondly, I make sure that the second is taken care of, and also the perceived value when you're looking at the invoice is there. So if I hide everything inside one package, says okay, package B, boo, commercial shoot, yada yada, that I want to make sure I like to have it itemized and that it's a separate line, second photographer cost. And then it's a, oh, okay. Customers like to know where their money is going. Not always are they complaining about the price, but they just want to see what they get for it, right? But a second photographer could be a great way. Plus, it adds more perceived value on your end. You got a team showing up, you look professional. Look, I got my second, we're going to be taking care of it. You're in good hands. I'm not Allstate, but you're good to go.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Little stuff can be flash drives too. They now sell like um customized flash drives. Like you get their name engraved in wood and metal, whatever. And I would upsell the heck out of that. If I'm doing weddings or something, or event photography, that would be great too. Now you could upsell it or just give it as a gift to your clients. That would be a serious gift. That'd be an awesome one. But either way, those could be some great little add-ons that you can add. And think of add-ons as adding value. Okay, that's the way I look at it, not just cheap shit to sell. But look at your add-ons on what are things that I can what are ways, products and services that I can add more value to my customer. Think of it that way. You know what? And that's why I said when I speak to customers, I always say I recommend. Because when they're coming to a photographer, they're coming to you. They expect you're the professional. I don't know what I want. You tell me, And then what they'll tell you is, I can't spend that money. But in general, they're looking for your consultation. They're looking for your professional recommendations. So I always say, look, hey, if I were you, this is what I recommend. This is what I recommend. You do what you want. And that goes over so much better. People rather be recommended, not sold to. Okay. Think about that. Um, that's why affiliate marketing is so huge, especially on um, YouTube, right? We rather take the recommendations from YouTubers, and I'm guilty of it 100%, than if I just saw a sponsored ad on Instagram or matter of fact, I skip right through the ads. Well, not mine. I pay for the premium, but like when I didn't pay for the premium, I'd skip through the ads as fast as I possibly can. But it could be the same product, but if somebody else talked about it that I trusted and does a great review, I'll watch 20 or 30 of them and then I'll buy the damn lens. Okay. And you know what I'm talking about. So, therefore, why not take that same approach and apply it to when you're selling your photography? All right. So, that's why I said get in front of your customer, whether it be a Zoom consultation or what I say, a Zoom consultation or over the phone. Okay, get away from the texting if possible, get away from the emailing if possible, and then build that human rapport. And people, again, do business with people they like, and if they like you, they're for sure going to be more inclined to take your recommendations. Okay, and that's going to be a win. All right, let's get to the next technique. This one's obvious: sell more edits, but it's not at the same time. Okay? Really is not. Why? Because I see a lot of you not doing it. Okay? Shame on you. All right? It's a serious no. I'm gonna drink some water before I get into this one because woo, you photographers out there, it makes me think you don't want to make money. All right. I'm probably, compared to I'm definitely nowhere near no McNally and Peter Hurley and all these folks making the big money, but I make it and I'm in the Bay Area. In the Bay Area, you have to be rich just to be broke. Okay. So I've learned a thing or two about a thing or two. And a lot of you are not selling more edits. You're giving away too many damn edits. It's like you just want to give money away. That's why this show, a lot of you need to save the show and remind you. Okay. Just play this in your car, whatever. Remind you to stop giving away your damn edits. Okay. Um, Now, how are you doing this? How do I know you're doing this? Well, first off, when you do a photo shoot, okay, um, you're allowing them to get like 10, 20, 30, 40 freaking photos. Like, what in the hell is going on? That is not what you should be doing. You're giving away the kitchen sink, the kitchen, and the cook. I mean, you're giving it all over the way. All right. First of all, for those people who are still able to sell prints, Mazel Tov. Okay.
Oh yeah!
Congratulations. But a lot, I don't really, well, I don't really push prints, but a lot, but one thing is I listen to my clients, they don't even ask for prints. Okay. Now, which is fine. I'm not, because I've figured out ways to upsell where I'm okay. I'm not offended if you want to go get it printed at Walmart, wherever. You know, matter of fact, I'll tell you which Walmart is closest, and you go get it printed, because I make sure I get my money in a different way. First off, in my packages, I offer enough where they're comfortable and they felt that they got something from the package, but not enough where in which um, they can't buy more. I always want them to buy more. I mean, that's common. I mean, you don't. I'm sure you do too. But what I mean is, um, first off, remember what I said. Your sales starts on your branding, right? Your website, social media, etc. So you're already selling them. Wow, okay, it's great work. Now you're shooting with them. Like, okay, it's great work. Now, oh my God, I love the work that we created. Oh my God, I so love it. You want them to be emotionally attached to your work to the point where they love you, they love the experience. It was so much fun. I felt heard, great advice. Oh my God, this was just such a great experience. Now you give them enough photos where so when they get home, you send them the proofs. And I love getting this message. I get it all the time. I get it all the time. I get it all the time. They go, "Oh my God, I can't just pick X, whatever that is for you." And I'm just like this. Okay? Because what does that mean? They want more. And then the next question is, how much would it be for more photos? Okay. I send over, oh, it's going to be this many photos. Now you could do packages of whatever you want. Like, buy four, get one free. That's all up to you. But the point is, I say, oh, it's going to be X for additional photos. I'm telling they customers walk themselves into upselling. I don't even have to do it. My work did it for me, where work sold itself.
Oh yeah!
So then they go, oh, great. I'll take one, two, or three, or whatever the case may be. And that's money. Literally, folks, they upsell to themselves. And then that is money that you're getting for zero effort. Like, you don't have to sweat brow. You don't have to rent a studio. You don't have to like pray to the gods, and you don't have to light some incense, rub Buddha's belly. You don't have to do anything. Your work did it for you because you did all the selling from the beginning to the end. And you closed the deal by giving them a great experience, and then boom, bada bing. And then since you didn't give away the kitchen, the cook, and the sink itself, they got some photos, but not enough to satisfy, and then they want to buy some more, and they do. It happens all the time. It's such an easy way. Now, I charge a particular amount per digital image, right? Sometimes they want unedited, you know, and then depending on the package, I'll allow unedited, but most of the time it's always edited. But let's just keep the conversation easy. So you say, look, you charge enough, a particular 1 hour design. Like, what I do is I charge a 1 hour graphic design fee per image, right? So just in case that image does require Photoshop, et cetera, I've gotten it down to where it's going to be at least, an hour, 45 minutes. So I always charge 1 hour graphic design fee, and then I feel comfortable. Now, if it only took me 15 minutes, 10 minutes, that's whatever. But the point is that I'm compensated for that 1 hour per image. So I'm dedicating an hour per image. Now, that's going to be different for you depending on your market and where you live in this in America or whatever country you're staying in. I'm in the Bay Area. I need a particular amount, and I feel good. Remember, a third of your income is going to Uncle Sam if you're in America. So don't charge $10 because you're really going to walk home with 750 at the end of the year. And you're like, wow, I just did all that editing for $750. Like, what the heck was I doing? Yeah, you didn't listen to my episode of Marketing Monday with upselling, okay? Or the previous episode of how to charge your photography, because I did talk about that too, folks. Anyway, so they get enough where they feel they feel it's fair for the package with the time allotted to shoot, but not enough to satisfy their hunger and their desire to get more photos. And as I said, your work will sell itself. When they say you did a fantastic job, oh, it's going to be so hard to choose. Bingo. I'm already doing the upselling. You're going to say, you know when? I'm already doing the upselling during the photo shoot. Photographers, I'm giving you guys the key to make more money. I swear it. I swear it. This is the cheapest school advice on how to make money with photography you're ever going to get by just subscribing to my channel and checking me out on Mondays for Marketing Monday. Every time.
Oh yeah!
Here's how I'm starting my upselling. I'm starting my upselling um when it comes to selling my edits is during the photo shoot. What am I doing? I'm constantly showing them, oh, you take some photos. Oh my God, this one came out great. What do you think? Oh, I love it. I love it. And then they said it so many times. It's like a Buddhist mantra. And then all of a sudden, by the time they get home, they're like, oh my God, I remember. I love this one. I love this one. I love this one. This one. Oh my God, but I only have this many that came with the package. How much would it be for 3 more? I'm telling you, it happens all the time. All right. So sell more edits. Okay. And that's honestly, let's be real. 8, 9 out of 10 of your clients, it's all going on social media. It's all going on their website. It's all going to their portfolio pic. It's all going to email, or it's just staying on their phone. Like most of the time, they're not printing it unless you're doing family wedding portraits. And even with the wedding portraits, there's only a select few photos that are actually getting printed. Now, my wedding portrait, my wedding packages, I don't even sell prints, but maybe I should. If I was only doing wedding photography, I would sure be selling prints. I'd be more serious about it, but I don't. So that's just the way it goes. But I do upsell through my digitals. And I make sure I charge not only to be compensated for my graphic design fee for 1 hour, but also if I don't get that print sale, how else am I going to get compensated by giving them more digitals? I have to make sure I'm selling enough where I'm like, hell, I'll tell them. I said, you know what? Go to Shutterbug, or what is it? Shutterfly. Yeah, go to shutterfly.com. They're a great service. I'll recommend them. I don't care, because I want to turn over the project, make sure they're satisfied, get my review. They're happy, I'm happy, and then I'm ready to move to the next project. But that's just me. That's just how I flow and get down. Anyway, we got a couple of comments. Woo! Cooley says, have a sale. Oh, we did say that. My bad. You don't want to let your stuff go out not edited. Yes. That's why I said, I didn't really go deep into that. There are some projects I know for sure. Okay, let's take a little trip here. I currently have a very good client. This client hired me right at the beginning of COVID, right before the lockdown, commercial client. We shot, everything was smooth. They rented a great photography space, great payment, like nothing, no problem, gang of models. It was awesome, man. It was really, really great. Then they hired me back almost 2 months ago, a month and a half ago. And then they wanted photography services on top of the not photography, excuse me, videography services on top of the photography, all in one day. We smashed it. Got my assistant. We smashed it. Shout out to D-Rock right there for helping me out on that one. Now, we smashed the project. Everything went good. But guess what she wanted? Okay, she wanted the edited photos, but she wanted a gang of not edited. And I was like, "Oh my God." And exactly, Cooler. I'm like, you know what? I don't like it's a policy. I do not give out unedited photos. And that's why I charge the particular price I charge. Okay. And she was already saying, look, I love the way we work together. Everything's great. You know how I like things. I don't have to explain myself. I'd like us to be working together regularly because excuse me, I have a lot more coming up. And I've already worked with her twice, pays good, everything's fine. So I'm like, all right, that's what I want. I want consistent clients. So I'm like, okay. She's like, oh, but I just need these, I would like these extra ones. I love so many. She had a certain amount of photos that were edited, that were part of her package, but she wanted a whole lot more. And I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? I want to have this great, reliable, not complaining, pays on time client, or, do I want to budge a nickel and dime everything? I'm like, oh boy. And you know what I did? I came up with a middle ground. Okay. So, because first thing is, I do like to, you're the first arbiter or like a quality control manager of your own work, right? So you want the best ones to get out there, 100%. But there are some times where that you can't just you 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 can't just stand your ground. You might lose your customer. You might lose a good customer, one that pays good, okay? And this one pays good, okay? And overall is I know how to work with her. And I like that. I like the consistency. I like the rapport that we've had. So you know what? I gave her some edited, and I had her pay extra for a bunch of unedited. And I told her, I repeated 3 million times, these will not be edited. These will not be edited. And she was laughing. And I said, but you know what? Me meeting her halfway, sometimes you gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, right? Shout out to Kenny Rogers out there, you know and you can't have it your way all the way, because you all that means, if there's a win-lose, that means you may lose at the end and no longer have a client. Okay, so check out that book, Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. You definitely want to try to strive for that win-win, and sometimes you might have to give a little, and that's just the way it goes. But you know what, I had her pay a little bit more, to have that privilege of having a bunch of these unedited, even though it's against my policy. I explained it all. She understood. Boom, all was good. So that's sometimes you just got to, meet your clients halfway. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's called good business. All right. Akuli says, are you tethering all the time? No, I am not. Ironically, I used to tether a lot. And then what happened? Oh, I moved. No, the studio closed down that I was renting out of, and then so I didn't shoot in the studio for a while. So I stopped paying for Capture One, and then Capture One like kept going up in price. It was just a bunch of little stupid reasons, and then Lightroom, of course, stunk when it came to tethering. So I just stopped tethering. But I will be getting back into tethering. Matter of fact, once the update for the S5 Mark II for Lightroom gets implemented and it can recognize their raw files, then I will be doing more tether, because it was super easy for the Lumix and I loved it. And so I'll be doing that for sure. What I really want to do for all of you is, when I do my live photo shoots, I'll be tethered. I'll have a camera for you to watch and see what's going on in the studio. But then I'll also have another window where you can see the images appear. That would be a dope way to tether for all of you, so you could follow along and see the images as I'm shooting them. That would be pretty phenomenal. Yeah, I'll give myself a hand clap for that one. So I'm going to work on that. So to be continued. All right. All right. Let's get into the next thing. Of course. Oh, by the way, come on now, folks. Make sure you press that like, that share, and subscribe. No one else is sharing this much details on ways for you to make profit from your passion of photography. Okay. This is better than the Academy of Art. Academy of Art will show you theory, basic stuff about business. I'm giving you the real grit, the real details. We're in here in the muddy waters, waist high. These are things that I'm implementing myself that has worked. And if they haven't worked, I'm for sure going to bring that to you too. All right. Um, For those that don't know, make sure you join me on Patreon to get daily educational photography content. Or if you just have any tricks, questions for me throughout the week, or you want any critiques of any photos, etc., then that is the place where you can come reach me at, and I'll be glad to answer any and all questions you may have about your photography, your lighting, your business, your whatever. Patreon.com at Robert Silver Photography. All right, let's get back into it. The next technique for you to upsell is cross-selling with complementary services. Now, I kind of dabbled or with the strategy earlier, but I talked about this. When did I talk about this? Did I say? Gosh, I can't. It's hard for me to keep up. But I have talked about this in previous episodes. Um, So if you're like for me, I do portraits, but I also have video production services that I can cross sell and technically sell right into that as well. Matter of fact, cross selling could be its own video, its own discussion, but it is a sales strategy. But these are ways for you to add more money to the bottom line, to that invoice. Okay. And that has honestly more and more how can I say, as the years progress, more and more cross selling has been way more important. I've noticed I've gotten let let's say I've been making more per month on average, but not increasing the amount of clients per month. Okay. Upselling, cross selling. So I'm upselling through showing them a better package, doing the add-ons, all that good stuff. And then I'm also saying, oh, by the way, I do offer this over here, which is not exactly what you came for, but it's complimentary and it could add more what? Value for you, Mr. or Mrs. Customer. All right. So think of what complimentary services that you can have in the wing ready to go just so that they may come back. I have one right now where we've done 2 photo shoots, we've done 2, fashion it's for a sports brand, we did, like, 2, um, e-commerce shoots. Now we're doing a lifestyle fashion shoot, and then we're gonna come back around and do a video production, shoot with the owners of the brand, okay? Now but I already sold that video production on the first very shoot. Okay. There now that's not exactly a photo shoot, but it's complimentary. I'll be using a lot of the same gear, okay, that you already have, and that's why when I've talked to you folks before about getting into video, you must do video. What did I go check out my video? Photography alone will no longer cut it. That's why you have to learn these simple techniques that's going to add more money in your pocket. Upselling, cross selling, getting into video production, making sure you have several add-ons that add value to the current packages you have. I mean, these are all the ways that you're going to be able to still be able to survive. Inflation is crazy. Okay. Right now, it's crazy. I just pull out all my money in a savings account and put it all in money marketing account because I'm like, you know what? I your money's not even going to be able to keep up with you. I mean, damn, let's be honest. Okay? So, it's an imperative that you pick up on these techniques that I'm sharing with you and start figuring out ways for you to implement it. Okay? The photographers that are still doing what they do 10, 15 years ago and can still do it now have been doing it 10, 15 years ago, have a huge name, and they can rely on their name and that alone. They become a specialist in that field to the point where they dominate in that arena. So, us regular people, working folk, working class photographers, man, we got to throw everything we got at it. Whenever we get a customer, we got to throw everything we got. Hey, how about this? Oh, I got this. How about that? Da, da, da. And you got to do it. You can't leave anything on the table. That's why cross coming up with compliment. Think about it. What you do, you're like, okay, I offer. Let's talk about an example. As an example, You do um what was I about to say? Oh, let's say weddings. Let's just go to weddings. Okay. Now, obviously, you want to sell your photography packages. A complimentary service could be videography, right? Now, with videography, you could do two things. You could actually have someone on your team doing the videography, or you can outsource it. I would add maybe 30% to it, and then boom, you can outsource that. That could be a great cross selling service. Another one could be photo booths. Okay. That could be a great one. But you could either have a straight up traditional photo booth and they print out their little things. That could be one way. Or you could have one where the iPad is set up and you have a green screen. They could pick the background and all this other jazz. There's all sorts of ways. And for you to package up complimentary services to your wedding photography. Um, Heck, if you really want to go really hard, offer DJing services too to your wedding oh, I handle it all. If you want to handle all the entertainment in during the wedding day process, that would be a boss move right there. So you take care of the DJ, the photography, the videography, and the photo booth. Man, now that's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah!
That would be a serious win. That would be a lot of work, but man, I bet you'd be making hand over fist, tons of money. What's another for portraits? I think the best thing is the video, right? Um, that's one thing that I've been doing a lot of. So the client testimonial videos, if you're doing commercial work, client testimonials, you can have staff testimonial, and then straight up a little commercial. Let's say a 60 to 120-second commercial about the company, what they're about, the mission statement, all that good stuff. Have the owners say a thing or two, etc. I've upselled and included that as well. Again, it's not directly in line with my photography, but if you're doing headshots for the CEO, etc., that's one way to cross sell into your videography services. So don't forget about what complimentary services you can offer to those same clients. Remember that that adds value. That's relevant to that initial customer. Okay. Woo. Now I dabbled with this one. Okay, earlier. Fear of missing out. Remember what I said earlier with the um selling your prints, right? Oh, if you buy them with the package, it's this price. But when you buy them without, they're now this price. That's one way to do FOMO marketing strategy, right? Which is fear of missing out. And you're gonna implement that all sorts of ways. One is you could just do an overall sale. Hey, you know what? For this month, if you do package B and not package A, right? A being C being the most highest. If you do package B by this time and give me a deposit at least by this time, then you'll save X, right? So that's one way for you to implement a fear of missing out and giving them the perception of them being able to take advantage of something that's great and a service that they want. We hear this all the time, especially when it comes to like stupid mattress sales and everything else, buy his and hers for Valentine mattress sales or something like that. But this is a very easy strategy you could implement, which will hopefully light a little fire underneath their butt to hurry up and commit to one of your services. All right. Now, there are many ways for you to implement this, but you have to be able to first listen and learn from your clients because they often will tell you what they want. Just like mine did, she really was set on having those unedited images. So, I felt, I could feel it. I just hear it in there. I could just hear it that that's what she wants. And I would actually win by giving her just that. So I said, "Okay, well, it's gonna be this extra," and, she took it. But the point is, um, excuse me, the point is you wanna be able to create a scenario where in which, they're more inclined to act now than later. So let's talk about another fear marketing strategy. Oh, Here's what I used to do. This is like at the beginning. This is the beginning of photography. But I used to do a what first Sunday of each month I would do a headshot Sunday. I think it was called like oh shit, I forgot what I called it. It was some it had a ring to it too. It was like Sunday shoot and go. Ah, shoot, I forgot what I called it, but it was some clever little thing. It had a little rhyme to it. But first Sunday of each month, I would do headshots for only $100. I think it was like $100. 30 minutes, get your headshot and go. It was like that. You're just getting headshots. You get two edits, 30 minutes, booking. You must pay $50 deposit, at least. And then it was like a 30-minute time slot. And I was just, that's how I did it. Okay. Like I was trying to do anything. I was trying every strategy in the world. But that was one thing that I did because I was like, well, if I have low prices all the time, well, that's not very special. Therefore, they'll just come back tomorrow. So I was like, all right. This is like 10 years ago, 11 years ago. I'm like, all right. Well, if I did it once a month, then it seems like, wow, I don't want to wait until next month to take advantage of this because it will be twice as much any other day. Well, okay, cool. I'll do once a month to entice them to act now, right? And get those headshots. Now, it did work a few times, but it was a great lesson that I learned. Overall, um, what worked for me was just, stepping up my creative game and my quality of my photos, etc. But it did work a few times, that's for sure. And that's when I was shooting out of my living room at that time. So it didn't cost me a whole lot to pull off. Um, I just gutted out my living room, put up my backdrop, etc. And then I promoted the heck out of it on Facebook at the time. I think Instagram just came out, and it was like, and that's what I did. I did, $100 for 30 minutes. Who wants new headshots? And but it got me in the game of branding myself, getting myself out there as a professional. This is what I do, and I expect to get paid for it. But overall, that was one way that I created a fear of missing out in the eyes and minds of my potential clients. Woo. Anyway, is there any strategies that you have implemented out there when it came to trying to upsell your photography, or how do you sell your photography? What's the best? Where do most people find your work before they contact you? Do you keep track of that? Oh, that water tastes fantastic. I'm not gonna lie. It's amazing. I barely do any. Well, I did some talking with my assistant earlier. Shout out to D Rock. But I don't talk at all day. But then for this, I go all the town and my what do you call it? My vocal cords. I could feel it. So this is your time, okay, everyone. This is your time to ask me anything. That's right. If you have any questions about how you can add more profit in your pocket, this is your time. Ask me anything. It doesn't have to be about upselling. Um, it could be about your website design. It could be what you're doing on social media, what services, your packages, anything about your photography business, your videography business. This is the time. All right. As I said, I have I I have a lot of sales background. I worked at Men's Warehouse for 5, 6 years. And then I have a degree in entertainment and music business where it was all business. There was actually barely any talk of music, ironically. It just happened to be the product and service of the program, but it was all marketing. Like that's all it was, which was great from an entertainment music business perspective, of course. And then I went to get my master's in internet and digital marketing. I did not complete it because I was in a relationship that made sure I wouldn't complete much of anything, and then I was free. But the point is, um, I learned a lot in that marketing class. I really did in that marketing program. It was a great program. I learned a lot about my digital branding, how to creatively like make clean graphics, how to be able to sell things with less words. um, listen and read my customers, look for patterns on how they purchase things, um, what drives their decision making. Okay, these are all information that all of these tech companies buy and love to get of you, that data. That's why they don't charge you to use their social platforms, because that data on how you use it is worth way more than your stupid $5 for a stupid blue check mark will ever be worth. So use that same kind of mentality when it comes to marketing and branding your work. Like I was talking to D Rock earlier, I said, hey, if the big boys are doing it, why shouldn't I? Because again, marketing strategies um, can be implemented whether it be on a macro or a micro level. It just depends on like how much more impact can and reach can you get in a shorter period of time. Obviously, if you have a big pockets, you can reach more people faster, granted, but you can still implement the strategy. It'll just be on a smaller scale and the same mindset. And these Fortune 500s are out for blood. They're here to make money. So why not pick up on what they're doing and just figure out ways for you to be able to apply their same strategy to sell your photography just on a smaller level? As Les Brown says, success leaves clues. So if they're doing it, if the ones that are winning are doing a certain set of strategies and techniques, figure out how you could implement that as well. Because I do it all the time. Because again, cost of living is only going up. Our gear prices are going up. Mirrorless cameras cost way more than DSLR cameras ever have on average. Now, on average, if you want a camera body and it's $2,000, you're sitting there like, wow, that's a win. And really, that used to be 1,000 to $1,500 was like your serious consumer pricing. Now it's like 2 to 2,500, and that's crazy. And we're, like I said, we're all thinking that's pretty good, like a bunch of damn monkeys around here. So um your cost of gear is going up, lenses for sure are going up. Um, having a studio is going up. I know so many during COVID that closed because of the pricing of the real estate, etc., and cost of living goes up. So they're like, "Oh, I got to let go of that expense, etc." So those who are here have to charge more in order to keep their studios. So everything's going up around us for us to be a photographer. Unless this is just a hobby for you, then hey, mazel tov. Okay, that's a win for you. But again, for Marketing Monday, I'm trying to help you to turn your passion into profit. So therefore, we're here to try to make a little bit of money, even if it's some side money. You still have to understand these basic fundamentals in order for your side hustle to be a good reliable side hustle. And what I mean by reliable is that you make enough money and proud to let the IRS know how much you make. So therefore, you could leverage that income into serious, real buying power. Because yes, I do report because I want buying power, damn it. I want to be able to say, hey, look how much money I make from my photography. Therefore, I can leverage that buying power to get me to the next level I'm trying to get to financially. All right. This is a business. At least that's how I perceive my photography is a serious business. Now it happens to be a business that I'm passionate about. And lucky for me. But and lucky for you too. But I still take it as a business. I take it serious as it, and that's why on Mondays I may go live for Marketing Monday, but Mondays are my marketing days. Like that's all I do all day. I'm still in my PJs. I got my Robert Silver Photography t-shirt on, but I'm in my PJs, man. This is where I've been all day, except when I ate and watched some Netflix earlier today. Okay, I'm thinking about how do I level up compared to last week. So, with that said, we are here at the end of our show. Before we close out, I want to oh shoot, let you know that next week I will be at WPPI, okay, in Las Vegas. Okay, and I am super excited.
Oh yeah!
So I'm going to be reporting live on the expo show. Who's going to be there? I think Nikon professionals will be there for sure. So I'm hoping I can get my hands on the 85 F1.2. I'll see if I get my hands on that. And then I also Sigma will be there. So I want to check out their new 50 millimeter f1.4 DGDN lens, which is available in Sony and an L mount. So I want to go check that out too. And I saw so many of the photo walks sold out. I was like, damn, I wanted to do at least one. So I'm hoping there's one that, could squeeze a brother in. You know what I mean? So I'll be bringing footage from that. I'll be bringing footage from the expo. I'm going to go live on the expo. How would you like that? Okay. Would you like to see me live on YouTube and show you how the expo is going down? Would you like that? Okay. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. All right. Because I will do it. It will be with my cell phone, but hey, you know what? It'll be better than nothing. And I think it could be a lot of fun, to tell you the truth. But yes, I'm going to touch as many toys as I possibly can, network, etc., etc., etc. Is there any brands while I'm there that you want me to keep an eye open for and report back? I will be doing. What would I be doing? Which show? Let's actually see. Because Monday, I fly in. So I won't be able to do marketing Monday because that Monday night is a networking event night. So I'm going to be schmoozing and drinking. So yeah, we're not going live for that. Maybe I can go live during the event. Maybe that'd be kind of cool. Maybe we'll see. And then let's see here. I'm going to do some street photography stuff. I got a lens I want to just do some street photography with the Lumix S5 Mark II. That'd be pretty fun. And then maybe I could try to do okay. Oh, all right. So it looks like I could for sure do Let's Talk Photography next Thursday on the 9th. That would be the most realistic. So when I get home that morning, I get ready. Yeah, we can have Let's Talk Photography that night, 6 p.m. Okay. So that's more than likely going to be going down. So stay tuned for that, and we could do a fun recap of WPPI and all the cool stuff that I saw there, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Looks like we have a couple of comments. Pi comes in. Yes, we want to see it. All right. I think you want to see it all, right? So I'm just going to assume you want to see it all, okay? So I will bring it all to you. So I will be going live maybe that Tuesday. That's what will probably make the most sense. Go live on the expo floor on that Tuesday. Yeah. Now they'll be partying that night before. So I'll be definitely drinking a lot of coffee that morning. But you know what? Hey, there's never a bad time to play with some camera toys. You know what I mean? So we're gonna go ahead and do just that. Okay. And Pi says, Lumix, please. Okay, yes. I'm gonna check it out. For sure. I'll be at the Sigma booth. And we're gonna play with all their newest lenses for the L mount. I'm gonna definitely check that out. And remember, if it's for L mount, they got it for what? E mount too. Okay, for you Sony users. But I'm really interested in that 50 f1.4. Like I'm really interested, and I don't know, might be a very good chance I might have to pick it up. I might have to pick it up. What two lenses do I want from Sigma right now? I want the 50 f1.4, and honestly, I'm eyeballing the 20 mil f1.4 DGDN lens. The 20 mil, because I have a 20 mil for Lumix, but it's a 3.5 to 5.6. Great lens. Overall, no complaints, but I need a nice, fast, wide aperture. And that Sigma 20 mil is looking kind of righteous right now.
Oh, yeah.
So those are the two focal lengths right now that I'm kind of like, yeah, that would be nice. Matter of fact, if I had a 20 and a 50, man, that'd actually take care of most trips that I go on. A 20 and a 50. There you go. You're pretty much a done deal. Anyway. Woo! That's a lot of talking, folks. Any last questions? Come on now. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. In the meantime, okay, let's wrap this up a little bit so I can get some good rest. I have a very early morning um oil change, okay, which I almost forgot about. We have a comment real quick. Cooley comes in, the 14 to 24 Sigma. You know, I was considering that, but I don't know if they have it for the DGDN. Okay. They may have it for the DG shoot for the DSLR version, but that's super bigger. And if they have it for the DGDN, which more than likely would be the F2.8, that can be a serious consideration right there. But I do like primes because especially when I shoot video, I don't know, I just like the prime. And I have so many other of their primes that I just buy those two lenses and primes. That's just the me thing. The 14 and 28, but and plus I like to have that extra couple stops of light at f1.4. So you're literally getting like um um four more times light, into the lens. Like, I don't know. I think I'm gonna stick to the primes. But yes, 14 to 24 would be a phenomenal choice. Absolutely. And I just love how affordable Sigma lenses are. They really are. For the price and the quality, it's a no-brainer. Sigma to me is the way to go if I'm not getting a Lumix or a Nikon lens. Up, Pi comes in. Thanks for all the upsell strategies. Not there yet, but good to have the basics explained. Thanks, Rob. Hey, man, it is my pleasure, and I really, seriously, I appreciate your continued support, Pi. You've been there for some time now, so I'm gonna have to give you a round of applause, okay, for your continued support. I really do appreciate it, man, and I'm glad some of it was helpful for you. Let me get to okay. Now let me round this puppy out, okay? All right. You know what that means when I put on the cool jazzy music. It means we are at the end of the show. But remember, if you haven't already, shame on you. Smash that follow on Facebook at Robert Silver Photography, Instagram at Robert Silver Photography, TikTok, and yes, I am on Twitter. Yes, that's right. I'm going to war with Elon Musk about nothing. If you want to join me on any of my upcoming group photography workshops, you can. Now, where? At robertsilverphotography.com. And yes, if you want to get daily educational photography content, you can. Or just want to ask me a question about your lighting, composition, your latest photo shoot, or business, subscribe to my Patreon at patreon.com/robertsilverphotography. That's right. And on the way out, can you do me a solid, folks? Just do me a solid. All right. Smash that like, that share, and subscribe. And better yet, hit that bell icon to get notifications of upcoming videos. That's right. Because when possible, I go live twice a week, Mondays and Thursdays. I'm debating about this Thursday, but stay tuned anyway, because I just may go live. I have a lot going on. Someone's renting my studio. I may have to be there and clean up, etc., etc. So Thursday, and then I have shoots every day. I have Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I have shoots. So Thursday might be my only day I can concentrate to pack up for my trip to Vegas for WPPI. All right. So with that said, please hit that like, that share, and subscribe to my channel. And what else can I say? I think I think I pretty much hit everything. I guess I know what to say. I'm Robert Silver, and until next time, keep shooting and stay creative. Thank you for watching.